Hello friends, how are you? Thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me. My name is Sarah and I talk about books on my channel, things I read, things I want to read, review books. So today I'm doing a declutter. One of my last two videos was a tour of my bookshelves, and I discovered yet again that I have too many books and I need to declutter some of them. So since I made that video the last few days, I've gone through my shelves and I found several things that I don't need. So today I'm going to look at books and show you books that I'm getting rid of. At the top of the pile is a philosophy textbook from 20 plus years ago, and I don't refer to it. I'm not going to refer to it. Copyright 1993. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need that. Next is Classics on Screen. This was used in a class I took when I went back to college just a few years ago, and it was a fine book. It was great for the class, but again, I don't refer to it. I don't expect to, and I need the space, so bye. Next up is the Tightwad Gazette 2. Anyone who is into the frugality scene knows these books. I went to some trouble to get this, but I'm not referring to it. Anything I want to know out of here is on the internet, so I don't need to have it taking up physical space in my world, in my house. Next up is Hermeneutica, Computer-Assisted Interpretation in the Humanities. This also was used in a college class in one of the last classes I took, and I, to be honest, have a really hard time understanding what the authors are saying in this book. It's not written in a very accessible style, and I found it very frustrating to read when I was in the class, so bye. Next up is an old book. I think it's from the 60s, and it is the Complete Encyclopedia of Homemaking Ideas. Now, I love looking at old books like this, you know, the old styles in them, and suggestions like, you know, stick a merry-go-round horse in your living room. Why not? It's fun to look at, but I've looked at it, I'm done. So it can go and somebody else can have a good time. Next, I have a couple of children's books. This is a very small collection of Irish fairy tales from Dover Press. Dover is a great publisher. This is a very small book, and I believe I have collections with all of these stories plus others in them, so I'm going to let somebody else enjoy that one. Next up is Fox and Socks. Everybody knows this book. Everybody loves this book. My kids have outgrown it, so it needs to go to someone else's family. Then I have books that I mostly had them because we tried to homeschool for a while. That did not go well for us. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. I'm saying it's not for us. It wasn't for our family. So I have a stack of books that maybe another homeschooling family can use. First is the Usborne Geography Encyclopedia. And, it's really colorful. It's got lots of information in it. Again, my kids have outgrown it. I don't need it. Next is Drawing with Children. This is great for using with children, but you can also teach yourself to draw with this book. I've done a little bit of drawing with it. It was, I'm no artist, but I certainly did things I didn't know I could do using the techniques here, but I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to teach anybody. It's bye. And then an English textbook from, I think this was from when we did online public school. It says level 1, but I don't think it's grade 1 like for 6 and 7-year-olds. I think it's for, I don't know. I'm not going to use it. Classics for Young Readers also came from the same set of books when we did online public school, excuse me. There's some great stuff in here, but I believe I have everything that's in it somewhere else. Another reader for younger grades. This one's volume 6, so it should be grade 6. That one was volume 8, grade 8. Another one, Myths of Greece and Rome, Ancient Greece and Rome. I'm not sure what level that's for, but again, I have all of that. And then American Lives and Legends. And again, I have all of this information either in another book or available on the internet. I don't need it taking up space in my house. Next, I have 5 novels. First is Christie by Catherine Marshall. I read this as a teen, loved it, read it a few times, I think 2 or 3 times, really enjoyed it. My kids aren't interested in it. I'm not interested in it anymore. I'm not saying I'm not interested, but I'm not going to reread it. It needs to go. Ben-Hur, I've read it, don't want to read it again. I'm not sorry I read it, I don't want to read it again. I'm not going to keep it around. Frankenstein, I found I have at least 2 copies of this, so one of them can go somewhere else. It can take up space in somebody else's life. The Monk by Matthew Gregory Lewis. I read this one for a class on the Romantics, the British Romantic writers, and this was probably the only book I can look back on from that class and say, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I'm not a big fan of Gothic literature, and this is, we all agreed in class, it was the book that broke Gothic literature. It's just way over the top. If that's your thing, and maybe you enjoy laughing at that kind of thing, you might get a big kick out of that, but it's not something I want to refer back to, or no, it can go away. And last is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. Haven't read it. Don't really want to. I've enjoyed what I've read of her stuff, but I don't think I'm going to read anymore. Then I have a bunch of reference books and or coffee table books. A little field guide to fossils, really out of date. It's from 1962. So I don't know, maybe it's so out of date. I hate the idea of tearing books up, but maybe that's the best thing that would happen to it, is maybe somebody could use it in an art project. I don't know. The Prairie Garden, I live in this bio-environment. I live in this environment, and I bought this book thinking I would do a lot of gardening, and the fact is I can't do a lot of gardening, so let somebody else get some good out of that. Day trips, let's see, day trips within gas-saving getaways less than 2 hours from Greater Kansas City. This also is really, really out of date. It's from 1980. So, yeah, and we don't need books for that stuff anymore. Everything is online. There's probably plenty of lists online if you wanted that from just about any city. Somehow or other, I ended up with a few travel guides. This one's to, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, it's a sculpture garden in Oslo. And it actually has an ISBN, but I'm not going to go to Oslo. Again, if I want to know what's there, I can look online. This is kind of the same thing. The Dolmabache Palace. Probably should have looked up how to pronounce that before I started filming, but I didn't, and I don't know. And you can tell it's out of date because the pictures are, they have quality to them. It just says that's from the 60s. Then I have this huge Reader's Digest book, Great People of the Bible and How They Lived. Again, anything I want to know, I can look up online. I don't need a large reference volume sitting on my shelves, taking up space where I can put 2 or 3 other books. Same thing with this, Reader's Digest Nature in America. Yeah, anything I want to know, I can look up online. This one was given to me, and this is it kind of straddles the line between reference and coffee table. It might even be a textbook, I'm not sure. There are a lot of pictures, lots of text, but not too much text. But I have to face the fact I'm not going to read this. It's not going to happen. The rest of these are basically just coffee table books. Landscapes of Scotland, beautiful photography, but not something I want to keep around for myself. Another one, Architecture of the 20th Century. Again, this has gorgeous photography in it, and it's really cool to look through, but I have done my looking and I'm ready to let it go. So somebody else can enjoy that. And the last one is another coffee table book about the Apollo mission to the moon. Again, really lots of really great photographs, but I'm not gonna sit and read the text. I mean, maybe in a lifetime I would get the chance. In another, like if I had 3 more lifetimes, I might get the chance to. But realistically, I'm probably not going to. So I'd rather spend my time with some of the other books I have. So I found 30 books to get rid of, and I wasn't looking super carefully. I was basically just scanning the shelves saying, nah, I probably won't read that. Nah, I probably won't read that. Oh, I have 2 copies of this. Oh, I've read this. I don't want to read it again. Somebody else can enjoy it. I do need to do a deeper clean out, and I definitely need to organize a lot. But I think getting rid of these will help. I will offer them on my local Buy Nothing group first, and whatever doesn't go there, I will take probably to our library. Our library system runs at least 2 used bookstores, and then they didn't do it last year because of COVID, but most years they have a huge library books sale. And a lot of the books are discarded library books and that have been pulled out of the library system, but a lot of them are donations that people have brought in, and it raises money for the libraries. So that's probably where I'll take them. If for some reason that doesn't work out, I'll just take them to the thrift store. I buy stuff at the thrift store, I give stuff back to the thrift store. It all follows this cycle. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my content, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to make sure you never miss anything I post, hit the little bell icon beside the subscribe icon. Share this with anybody you think would be interested. And thank you so much for being here. You guys have a really great day. Thanks. Bye.